Hello, my name is Rick Singer. I'm the Chief Academic Officer of Getting Into College and the CEO and Master Coach of The Key. Over the last 20 some odd years, we've helped tens of thousands of kids get into school of their choice. It's my goal today to teach you how to find the right fit college for you. The process is much more competitive than what I went through, and it is my intention that you will walk away from every one of these videos and have a real good indication of how to play the game. If you have more questions, go to our website, gettingintocollege.com. So let's talk about special talents. Each one of you have a special talent. Some of you may want to use it to get into college, some of you may not. But if you do have a special talent, that would be in visual arts, that could be academics, that could be performing arts, that could be athletics. So let's talk about those and how you go about utilizing each one of those to help you either create a brand to get into college, or it may be a vehicle that gets you into a school that may be better than where you are academically. So let's talk about athletics first. So everybody, I grew up my whole life playing sports at the Division I level. I coached Division I sports, Division II, Division III. I've been a head coach. I've been an associate head coach. I've been a recruiting coordinator. So I'm going to teach you what it takes to use athletics to get into school of your choice. First, you have to understand one major factor about college coaches. Each one of us are hired to eventually be fired. Because of that, we have to look at kids in a particular way, and it's very, very subjective. So I always tell families that I know that you think that your child can play at the Division I level, or the Division II or Division III level, because your mom and dad and you think your child's great, or your club coach or your high school coach told you that your child can play at a certain level. But remember, those are not the people making the decision. So in this process, the first thing you need to do is get somebody to evaluate your child. And it needs to be somebody who is a collegiate coach or ex-collegiate coach who was in charge or responsible in some vein for recruiting, because they know what it's like to have their rear end on the line. So having a club coach evaluate you and play professionally somewhere doesn't necessarily mean that the college guys are going to see, or the college women are going to see your student athlete the same way you do and the club coach. So the evaluation by somebody from the college level who's done it, who's had their responsibility be getting great kids in so they can keep their job and the program can win, is the number one factor. And then from a college coach perspective, I'm looking at student athletes with what I call the 2 Ps. So when I was recruiting kids, I put people in designations as small P, big P. So what does that mean? Small P means potential. Big P stands for player, legitimate, can start for me from day one they come to my college or make a major contribution. Small P means potential. Eventually, they're going to be good enough to play for me. As a coach, when I recruit a bunch of small Ps, I'm going to get fired. Because if the kids don't come up to the potential I thought they were going to be, I'm not going to win. And then I'm not going to have a job. So many times you'll go to a college game, college match, whatever it may be, sit in the stands or go to their camp and think, I can play with those guys or those women. The truth is, the college game is so much faster and more physical than the high school game. But you have to realize that you could play with them means you're a small P. If you could dominate those guys out on the field or those women on the court, then you're a big P, player. So as a coach, I am looking for big P's. So which means I got to find kids that can start for me as a freshman or make a major contribution. So as you're going out and getting an evaluation on your child's ability, make sure that evaluation is by a person that had coached at that level, and ask that person, male or female, can my child play as a freshman or make a major contribution at that school? And if so, would you, coach who evaluated me, make a phone call on my behalf and tell that head coach that this young person can definitely play there as a freshman? If they don't say yes, then you know maybe you're a small P or their evaluation isn't quite honest. So please make sure you get the evaluation, because if you want to play college sports, everybody can play. There are many, many levels. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. And in Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3, there is high major Division 1. There's high major Division 2. There's high major Division 3. And then there's mid-major and low major. So every one of those divisions are split based on the competitiveness of that school. So please really figure out, where can I play, and do I want to play and start and be a part of the team as a freshman? Because there's a chance for everybody. Do not take your dream away, but you have to be realistic at the level that you can really play. If you are somebody who is a performing arts person, somebody who plays an instrument, somebody who dances, somebody who sings, the same criteria that we use for sports is involved in that world. Because you're going to do an audition or you're going to send a tape. But the reality is, before you do all that, you need to be evaluated by somebody that is, if it's music, on a committee at a college to tell you the level that you are compared to those kids already there. If you're a dancer, it's getting somebody from a dance department, like a USC dance department, to tell you, if you were to come here, you'd be definitely somebody in an audition, if you could do what you're doing now, that could be in our program. But you need to be evaluated, because again, everybody thinks that they are better than what they really are. Because you're only as good as the competition around you. And as you travel around the country, you start to figure out, I'm good, but I may not be that good. But that doesn't mean that there's not a place for you. Because there is a place for everybody that wants to do what they're passionate about. Don't ever give up your dream. It can happen. But you need to be evaluated, and then you need to be honest with yourself to say, this is the reality of where I am. Do I want to go to a smaller school and compete rather than the big school? It's your choice, and not compete. So you get to choose, but keep your dream alive. If you have more questions about special talents and how to use your special talents, please go to gettingintocollege.com, and we're here for you to answer anything and everything you want. Thanks, and have a great day.